So I can't say that there's a particular team that wins better than the other. I think it's a lot on how much the supports on each done.
5 seconds.
Because there's no really rock paper scissors kind of matchups in the phase this game. The only
it does kind of feel like Flea has better lanes to go to gank.
Yeah, definitely.
Than Crit does.
There's a ton of kill potential coming from the snaking, the Batrider sanking potential lane, but also just Ancient Apparition and quite a potent lane, especially against the escape mechanism. But you know, if Universe watches his positioning well, he should be able to get EXP in the lane. Francis for being able to identify. Position 4 players in general are known for being able to identify and pick off opportunity. There's definitely a lot of them this game.
Alright, hopping into this one, VGJ Strom looking to keep their hopes alive in Grand Final. EG up 2-0. Keeping down almost simultaneously bottom area of the map.
I think they saw Crit. Crit wasn't smoked, so VGJ Strom, they have a little bit more information about this. These ward positionings. G. Crit has 2 wards to plant, but it looks like this Void is already going to spot out one of them. Actually, they might actually initiate on Crit here.
Yeah. You have vision of him. Oh, he's putting a couple right clicks into Flea, and this may be his downfall. Gets up to the high ground, gonna get cold feeded, but now the entire EG lineup is there. And Sumail Torrent does not connect. So Sumail will opt not to scale just yet. And EG will save Crit. And he will be
there.
Comforted by Sumail's chat wheel. Now, seeing all those heroes bottom, Arteezy's gonna throw his bear towards, you know, bounty rune area top.
Sumail's doing that. Sumail just killed a shared tango. He's doing that trick where you like drop an item, attack it, and pick it up at the last second.
And he killed it.
Killed the tango. Poor tango, dude. If he dies in this lane, because of that, we're gonna flame him.
I guess 1 from Fear and 1 from Crit, so pick your poison as to which support is angry that their tango went to waste.
I mean, I'm sure none of them even noticed, right? Only Sum. No one spam pinged him. Gave the chat wheel.
Wow, big block advantage for the Dire side here, or in the early going.
Also, just the lane advantage in general. They have a lich, the range creep is denied to give Ember a decent start. I mean, they are soaking EX.
Bottom lane Universe, as you touched upon earlier, probably going to be the most threatened hero from early game. Nearby, but he seems to be aware of the same things. Well, goes for a tango, and that just may be his downfall here. As the cold feet likely to proc. A couple more right clicks into him. There's no chilling touch yet, though. So actually is tanky enough to survive with that 6 armor and the poor man's shield.
The creeps are actually pushing into his tower, so that works in his favor. He's level 2 or 3 off of that. Really, I think what he's accomplishing here is blocking up this AA and the AA can't rotate to another lane. It's kind of sapping EXP, and the sanking also has to sort of stay in this lane. It definitely feels like sanking can get more done in the bottom lane, just the lich and an.
We're securing the last 10 range creep, but is rather low as far as mana and health go, so maybe makes his way back. Meanwhile, mid, yeah, blast comes off onto 747. They have chains, but didn't feel the kill potential was necessarily there, so Mail wisely so will hold his spells. Flea doing the bounty rune relay, and they have some vision here on the radiant. Feel pretty safe to do this. Arcane going to spawn bottom. Pick up his bounty. Arteezy gonna get the enemy ones on his bear as well.
Crit's level 2 now, so we'll see if he tries to make it. There is a little bit of kill potential on this Necrophos. The Ember Spirit's about to hit level 3, and the Necrophos is kind of crit positions and stuff here. I don't know if they'll have the damage just because
Well, Root goes out. X spot is there and into the Torrent. He does not have a Ghost Shroud, and they'll kill him off. Fear's the one with the Frost Blast to finish him off.
It's a cool rotation from Crit. They managed to net a kill, and he's actually way ahead of Francis in terms of the levels. Francis is still level 1 on the Sand King. Kind of hasn't really gotten anything done, and I think part of that is just Universe's smart position. Bottom lane hasn't really taken a lot of damage after that first exchange, so he's sitting on a happy level 3.
Not sure if side pull was executed before this from Snake, but RTZ only 10 CS at this point. And it definitely doesn't feel all that threatened in this lane. Has skilled up, you know, the Rabbit as opposed to the Savage Roar here, but it does seem like he's missing a few creeps.
Yeah, I wonder why he's missing those creeps. I don't feel like he's really been contested this, especially since Snaking hasn't really done anything aggressive. But talking about this lane, Crit rolling in from the side. So
as are the VGJ supports, yeah.
Be bad.
Up into the Firefly Snaking goes. Do they have the damage beforehand to bring him down? They will. And they're actually fairly healthy as well. So Flea's going to rotate through, but not sure if they can kill him. They do get the cold feet off. RTZ going to be in a little bit of trouble here as it does proc. And they will find the return kill. Crit has a Torrent available. You need to guess right here. But actually the Tidebringer is enough for him to find the kill. Snaking going to rotate back in. He's going to have to use this Torrent defensively and will not be able to land it. Gets the Magic Stick up. So we'll at least make Vici work for this. But more than likely they'll kill him off here. And they do.
Crit with the Swag Bringer. Kill finish.
Looking like attacker there.
Hell yeah.
Lee making his rotation over to the bottom lane where Universe not far enough up, it feels, to die off here, but Flea will grab the bounty rune for now and perhaps think about making a move.
I think there's going to be a point in this game where Sumail's just going to take over because Necropost can't break the Flame Guard on very easily, so at about level 5 I think Sumail's gonna, or EG are going to have a lot of kill potential.
Oh, Snaking. Very cool move from Crit here. He shows in the mid lane, forces a TP out from Flea, and looks to find Snaking top. Unfortunately for him, Snaking just makes it down, and with only the level 1 X range, very difficult to get in close. So they won't grab anything for now, but would have been cool if they were able to execute it. Sumail though. Well, Burrow Strike only level 1. He's able to make it out away. Puts the Flame Guard on for safe measure. We're going to do a little bit of bottling up.
Interestingly enough, VGJ Strom, they have a sentry in the river that theoretically sees this Observer Ward on the
Snaking top. Could be in trouble here. X coming through. Torrent going to follow. Need a root here. They'll get one, and that'll be enough.
Easy root. But these rotations aren't working out for VGJ Strom, right?
I
mean, the AA and the Sand King have for a while, but EG have just been
feels like Crit
anyway.
Yeah, it feels like Crit plays proactive and Flea and Sand King have been playing a little bit reactive. And by virtue of this, I mean, Universe has had some good time in the bottom lane to kind of 1v1 this Void. He's got 22 CS now. And level 5 on the Beastmaster. Torrent goes out top lane. Crit will be okay for now. RTZ nearby. Didn't have the Savage Roar available, but maybe just the apparent threat of it forces the VGJ Strom side to dodge.
EG might try to go for a kill on this Necrophos when they smoke out.
Right under a ward, yeah. And as soon as they see the Necro back, Sumail goes back to farming, so like they're aware here.
Kind of an interesting look actually, but I'm sure they did it because they wanted to increase the chances of making this gank work in case that ward was on the list. Unfortunately for them, VGJ Strom fought it out, and right now EG have a very narrow net worth lead. I think a lot of that is because of VGJ Strom doing well in 2 of their lanes this game.
Dire Scan's gonna catch Flea in the trees and make his way to safety as RTZ pulls the wave just to keep it back and underneath his tower. Sumail mid lane. Sumail jumping forward. Has the chains here. Frostblaster inbound. Had the remnants as well, but didn't think he could totally kill off the Necrophos. And he had 17 stick charges, so wise play from Sumail. Meanwhile, though, on the north side, the Torrent finds Flea, and they'll get a kill anyways.
Best effort.
Very smart movement from Sumail there.
This Necrophos is effectively unkillable with Ghost Shroud and 17 lock charges. It's the instantly heal 600 health approximately, including the death pulse.
Bounty!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not much happening at the moment. Looks like Ritsu is backing off for a bit. We'll see if he tries to make a smoke or something. I think maybe he's missing because, well, in the mid lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Perhaps baiting in a bit is, Rioya. But they come through with the Chain Frost and the Torrent going to connect. Remnants are there as well. Flea's going to be slowed up. Chains are actually going to whiff, but it's not going to matter as Sumail will be saved. Beautifully baited there. And as you mentioned, the real struggle there for Necrophos, simply unable to break that level 3 Flame Guard. 747 will pay for it in the mid lane.
Flame Guard, it makes it deceiving for Necrophos to re-recite them, so I ended up doing very little damage. They quick exchange. I mean, apparently Necrophos dies if you Chain Frost them. Pro tip there.
No. So, one cancerous hero defeats the other. What do you know? Interesting.
It's the cancer rock paper scissors, right? I'm sure Lich wins all of those matchups, taking away the.
So true. Snake King, a couple of spills in this one, 1, 2, and 1 on the Bat Rider, but 1,000 gold in his pockets. Yeah.
With Ritsu this time.
Jump forward. Chronosphere is going to catch Arteezy. They're looking for the bear first, in fact, and they're going to be Savage Roared away. So first Chronosphere. Well, interesting.
Deny it, crit. Alright, so that wasn't the most ideal Chrono, right? And I actually forgot to mention that Sand King is one of the better heroes against Plunger, just because in an ideal scenario, you can actually stun both the bear and the hero, and then the bear doesn't get the Savage Roar. In that case, the Chrono wasn't exactly perfect, so they weren't able to follow it up with the Sand King stun. Ideally, like, he would have stunned before the Chrono ended, but I don't think he had the right angle or correct range. That's how he's only 4, so would have been a very close.
Crit level 5 making his way towards the mid lane alongside Fear. And they do have the Chain Frost. They're going to run into Flea, though, in the trees. Crit, though, still. Going to find the initiation here. Torrent is there as well. X back. Flea does not go in. He finds Fear on the backside. Chain Frost is going to fly out. Reaper's Scythe trying to kill off Fear. Fear still surviving. Gets the Frost Blast off at this point. Chain Frost bouncing. It kills off the Necro. And Lich confirmed Necro counter. 80 rune on Sumail. He's got a Remnant. He's going to jump forward. Get the chains off onto Ritsu. And a double kill for the Ember Spirit. Flea going to get a Burrow Strike off. And it's simply to sound his retreat as EG take a decisive teamfight win in the mid lane.
I think at this point it's just safe to say that EG are outplaying VG Strom in every lane. VG Strom, they aren't out of this yet. They have a lot of ways to catch heroes. I think as soon as they get the level 6 on AA, they actually have a lot of kill potential on... especially because you have those big initiation spells, Lasso, and... I think for now, VG Strom, they should just recollect themselves, make sure they get the farm they need on their heroes in order to make these fights happen. And a lot of the time it just feels like maybe VG Storm are overconfident or a way to sort of like setting themselves up to be ganked, because in a lot of these exchanges the VG supports or the VG rotations are coming in, but...
Universe defensive roar onto the Bat Rider. Afraid of getting lassoed there. Now Crit gonna come through and they actually may have some kill potential here. Flea jumps forward though, and now Snake King gets lasso on Crit. And Verse can only watch in horror as his Kunkka is burned to death.
That's something for VG Storm, but it feels like in a lot of these engagements, Storm's coordination doesn't seem up to par, or the timing doesn't seem up to par, so they're down.
Sumail picks up an arcane rune here, top.
Down 7 kills, down 3k net worth at 12 minutes. hopefully they get levels on this ancient Africa shortly, and they try to make something happen off of this. I mean, VG has a ton of burst potential, right? But
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Mill mid lane. Gonna pop up the Flame Guard and look to pressure into this tower, maybe gain some information for his squad. He does have the defensive remnant up in the Dire jungle, so not feeling all that threatened. Snaking gonna roll through, doesn't have much mana. The lasso is also down, and EG are aware of that, as EG's not crit bottom lane, but he will take out this wave. Now top lane, 747 in trouble as they're TPing on top of the bear, and he is left for dead. Savage Roar not gonna land, but they get the kill with ease. That's the EG side. Talked about the boot to travel TP onto the Hawk. Forgot to mention the bear. And Sumail will grab up a very important kill on the Necro.
Kill, and it really just continues EG's lead and going into the mid game. Snaking, however, has completed his blink, so VG Storm can start making moves. They have to be careful of how they make the moves though, because VG are quite a bit ahead, so if VG aren't careful, they can end up getting counter-initiated on by the Chain Frost, by the Boat, by the Ember Spirit. Bad news for them. Hopefully they're discussing right now what kind of targets they can go for, where they can go for them, and when. Looks like they actually pinged out mid. Guard is up for a very long time, so like Sumail backs up.
Snaking does have the blink ready. VGJ looking for a move here. Slowly up to the high ground they'll go. No one. Oh, Arteezy now in the vicinity. Sends his bear out and will spot the Batrider. They'll kill off the bear. Nice bounty of 300 gold for Flea. However, Arteezy does retreat to safety, and Universe with the Inner Beast level 3 here, shoving in the bottom lane.
Frost Armor is the best counter push in the game. VG Storm, they posture around this tier 1. EG, they have to watch their positioning, right? Because they get caught in a weird position, they're gonna get more.
There is a chrono available. Ritsu gonna make it back. They slight chains onto the Batrider. Now they have the X-Torrent Bolt combo. They will get the Flame Break there, and a nice blink out from Snaking keeps him alive. Meanwhile, north side, Chrono is gonna find the Universe, the Beastmaster. They get the Ice Blast off. He gets the Roar off, however. Chain Frost now gonna jump through. Doesn't bounce very well this time for Fear, however. Now the Necro in trouble. Needs this Reaper Scythe to land. It will not. Sumail comes in, kills off the Necrophos, chains up onto Snaking. We'll get the Batrider. And on the back end of that fight, Sumail gonna salvage it for EG, as they did lose Universe early and were being threatened to lose Arteezy as well. But again, 747, they're able to shut him down in these fights in a large part due to the Chain Frost that have been thrown out from Fear.
The magic damage that you can have coming out of their lineup, and I think the important thing that happened in that fight is it looked like VG had a good initiation on Beastmaster, but Arteezy came in with a Savage Roar on his bear, and it just made 3 of VG's heroes run into a really weird position, right? They couldn't help the Void with the Chrono anymore. Instead, Ritsu just TP's out in the middle of the chain. And he can continue catching heroes like the Necrophos and the Batrider. Both teams doing a little bit of a reset right now. I mean, EG are convincingly ahead. Almost a 6k net worth lead. They have the lead on
Oh, Sumail could be in trouble here. And he will get burrowed and lassoed up. This is a big kill for them to find. They'll expend absolutely everything and feel good about doing so. Boat gonna come through crit. Try to ensure that he survives here. Snaking could be in a little trouble. Arteezy, Mask of Madness up on the high ground. Snaking gets X back into the torrent and will be Frost blasted down. Now Universe gonna find the Primal Roar. Do they have detection, however? Flea, he's gonna be stunned up. So out of the Sandstorm for that reason, and somehow Fear gets the kill there. Meanwhile, 747 being chased down by Arteezy, but has a Shrine. Oh, and will Reaper Sight the bear. That's never feels good.
I think Arteezy spamming that because he realized he's probably telling his team, yo, they just dang Reaper Scythe my bear. I mean, it's totally worth it, right? Plus 300 gold. give 7% some much needed farm. And that whole engagement there, I mean, VGJ Strom, they did a really good job of picking up the Ember.
Torrent, oh, connects onto Ritsu. They get the chains off as well. He's forced to Chronosphere, gets caught with the big boat, and will try to time walk away into the trees. Do they have anything left for them? They do not. But that is a Chronosphere and a Reaper Scythe now on the sidelines for this Radiant lineup.
That whole engagement, or speaking earlier, was a little bit of an overextension for VGJ Strom, right? And they ended up losing, snaking it around. EG with a gank attempt on the Void, but the Void had to expend his defensively, so that gives a little bit of an opening for EG if they decide to do something when their Ghost Ship comes back up.
Solar Crest picked up by Universe as well, so if they start to continue to expand their map and vision control, they can look for Roche. Meanwhile, bottom lane snaking under the cover of an invisibility rune.
I think the important thing to note here is that
does see some of the EG here looking to bring in support. Now walking over a ward is the Ancient Apparition. Ice Blast gonna fly through, snaking, looking for a target. Doesn't really find one. Ice Blast connects onto 2, and the Primal Roar on the south side is gonna take the AA out of this fight. Sumail finishes off snaking, jumping forward for more is Crit, and Arteezy now gonna join the fray. Run right click with the Solar Crest debuff. Is gonna find them a kill. Crit does drop down to 747, but he's out all by his lonesome now. Chains will not land, unfortunately, for EG's side, and that'll just delay the inevitable. But they will get a double kill for Arteezy as EG bring in everyone. Snaking looking to set up, but the hunter became the hunted as 2 more heroes, unbeknownst to him, lay in the fog for EG.
I think the important thing is that VGJ Strom don't have consistent sources of damage, so if you don't land all of their spells on one hero, then they sort of just lose the team quite slowly, as we saw there. You know, Void had already used his Chrono, so it was sort of a weird position for VGJ Strom to be in the first place, and they get punished for it.
Arteezy with a couple of right clicks and Maelstrom procs, taking half of Snaking's health away. Bottom lane, but will be forced off of the tower nonetheless.
I think VGJ Strom have to keep looking for pickups, and they have to be smart about their positioning, at least for the time being. They really don't have any. Their ability to team fight is really weak until the Void starts getting some more items. Because if the Void can't burst a target one-on-one, then the Necrophos has to help out, right? And if the Necrophos helps out, then they kind of only get one target, and EG have plenty of heroes that need to target it in.
And Arteezy, as you've previously stated, has done a good job of kind of throwing the bear in the back lines when the Chrono comes out. So only adding to your point there. Torrent gonna look to sound the retreat for the EG side. Snaking with a Blink Dagger in 2 seconds, but a little bit too late on the cooldown there for him to make an initiation. Meanwhile, Universe finding some time in the top lane. And he's kind of been the one to die, it feels, or get forced out of the fight in these last couple engagements. So would be really nice for him to get his Blink Dagger. Taking some damage here is the Rioya Storms, the Necrophos. Meanwhile, Lasso is going to find one. The Ice Blast flies out as well. Reaper Scythe is there. They'll throw everything on the Fear Lich. Now a bolt comes through, connects onto 2, and EG with the counter initiation. Beautiful Chrono, though, coming out from Ritsu, but do they have the follow-up here from distance? Arteezy putting work into Ritsu. Now the Primal Roar comes out. Down goes the Necrophos. Stan King's AA is next, and Flea hanging around will be Savage roared up, chained, and brought down. And it's a 5-man wipe, as 3 ultimates were used from the VGJ side simply to kill a Lich, and EG respond with force.
You can see VGJ's ability to take a 5-on-5 fight is really limited just because they rely on spells to burst a single hero, and then what, right? I mean, Arteezy, or EG in general, they've been watching their positioning really well, making sure that they're not getting caught with both of the heroes by that, by like a good Chrono, right? I mean, that Chrono was good, but there wasn't any follow-up to it just because VGJ had already expended so many of their spells for that ledge. And as a result, you see this classic machine gunner lone druid in the back, just dealing so much damage outside of the from 1,000 range away.
Sniper 2.0. As well, Sumail opted for the Blink Dagger, so you mentioned their positioning, and they definitely have the tools make it possible. Now here, top lane, they need a root from Arteezy. One hit won't do it. The second one does, but he gets the burrow away. However, the X is there from Crit. Nicely played by the Kunkka of EG. And it will not only take the tower, but flees Sand King as well. Ritsu forced the time walk up to the high ground. And the rest of EG going to continue their push in towards mid lane.
EG doing a really good job after that fight. You know, VG, they don't have Chronosphere anymore, so G are feeling confident about just pushing to going for kills even under the 2-2. G definitely feeling a little bit confident. Decided to go for the 2-2 wall.
Two-person slide chains. The Torrent and the boat going to come out as well. And they do take out the Necro. 747 on the sidelines. 45 seconds. Does have buyback. Meanwhile, Snake King goes down elsewhere across the map, as he's going to be taken out to the Beastmaster. And just seems like Universe, maybe Solo Fear probably nearby him. Now, Battle Cry going to be popped up by Arteezy forward. Nice Savage Roar for Arteezy. Will keep him safe for the time being. Two heroes on the sideline. Not sure if Ritsu wanted to send the Chrono there anyways. And it looks like EG will be back for now.
This is the ideal scenario. Sort of they're able to use the mobility of their Ember Spirit and their Lone Druid to go for these various parts of the map. They don't need a lot of resources to make these pickups happen, just because they're so far ahead, and VG's lineup is really configured to dodge these gank attempts, and as a result you see kills happening all over the map. You know, just the Lone Druid and a Kunkka together killing a Sand King, and then the Beastmaster killing Batrider top, and Sumail just going crazy and killing a Necrophos that was under. VG definitely backs against the wall. Game 3. They have to look for something. They have to look for some kind of opening in VG's happen. I mean, their heroes are more than capable of it. They just have to make sure that the counter initiation is...
Necrophos could be in trouble. Sumail coming in. Forward from Universe, gets the Primal Roar off. Sumail jumping through, gets the Veil off, and they're going to bring him low. He will get a heal off for now. Rod of Atos is there. He's going to try and TP out, and he'll be successful in doing so. So 747 surviving for now in the bottom lane. Sumail TPing up top, and they're going to try and pincer in Snaking here. They should be able to get there with Crit. He gets the X off. Torrent is there as well, and for safe measure, they'll drop down the Shark. As Arteezy is on a wicked 6 streak. Into the pit he'll go, pop up the war cry, and the Rabid will be there as well. Meanwhile, Torrents are just being thrown out sparingly here to... Well, jump forward, Chrono catches one. Gonna be Arteezy. Ice Blast's gonna fly through as well. They're gonna buy back on the Batrider. Savage Roar is there, and now on the south side, Sumail shredding through the back line. Arteezy getting pretty low here. Snake King trying to bring him down. X is gonna be there from Crit, probably on the wrong target. Arteezy trying to make it away, will burn down to the Flame Break. And now Sumail buying back. Fear. Under the cover of Glimmer Cape, they're going to jump forward. Universe has a Primal Roar available if he wants to turn and use it. Sumail got his TP cancelled, or maybe he had the TP on cooldown, but he's walking over to the pit here. A couple of different buybacks from both sides. The Snake King Batrider buyback and the Ember Spirit buyback from EG. EG really putting a lot of importance on this Roshan attempt, and now with no Chronosphere, they feel it's worth the buyback. Meanwhile, on the north side of the pit, Primal Roar finds Snake King out, and Universe pretty much alone kills off the Batrider. Now he's got support inbound. They get the chains off onto Ritsu. They'll finish him off. Ice Blast will probably kill off Universe here, but Flea in trouble as the sentries drop down. Now the Necrophos in all by his lonesome. They're going to buy back on the Void and the Sand King. Sand King not able to TP in to the shrine just yet, and both teams very much so thinking about this Roshan. And jump forward from Ritsu. He's going to get chained up. The boat's going to fly through. It connects. The Void in trouble. Needs to be able to time walk away, but he's Master Madness silenced. And he'll drop. Now 747 out of mana. Flea rotating through from the south, but he's not going to be there in time, it feels. They do get the Ghost Shroud off. Jump forward. Savage Roar is going to be there, and a little more damage will be enough. Flea now. He's going to join the fray, but perhaps just a chain feed, and GG is called. Game 3, Evil Geniuses are going to take the best of 5 through, and the first major of the season will showcase North America's most popular team and arguably most skilled team as well. Franz, EG, they're going to go through to ESL One Hamburg.
Yeah, congratulations to Evil Geniuses. I mean, they played extremely well. I think they outplayed VGJ Strom at pretty much every phase of this game and every phase of the previous games. So a well-deserved victory.